All right, thank you everyone for joining us today. I want to talk to you a little bit about unleashing your community and really the power of a community's mobile app. And I know we've been talking and heard some great presentations today about really ways you can maximize mobile. So I kind of want to take it in a little bit different direction and kind of narrow the focus down to one element of it, and that's the community and really what you can do with a community's mobile app and some additional functionalities and features you can make use of that. I am Dan Fleetwood. I am the president of Question Pro Communities, so heading up a great communities team here. I have just about 15 years of market research experience, so I've been on both the technology side and on the supplier side as well. So I definitely know both aspects of it, the challenges and things I want to face. I know in some of the earlier presentations, I can sympathize with some of those on the agency side of it and the challenges there. So being on the technology side, I'm really fascinated by the role that software plays in helping these companies get better feedback. And really, I think at the end of the day, it's uncovering actionable insights and really to develop better products and services. I think if we look at why research is done, obviously this is at the core of it. I mean, research is done really to improve products and services so that the company can benefit and increase revenue. So I think I'm really fascinated by the role that plays and the technology sphere has in that regard. I am located in San Mateo, which is just about 20, 30 minutes south of San Francisco. So I think we're hitting up all parts of the globe here on this webinar, which is always great to see. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about the overview, what I want to talk to you today about, and really it's about unlocking the full potential of your community with a community's mobile app. So mobile communities, provide high engagement and response rates in a community. That's what the apps provide. Plus, we'll dive into additional benefits like push notifications, geolocation surveys, and in-the-moment research. Really, if you're familiar with these or you're not familiar with these, I want to give you a little bit more of kind of a look at why you would want to use a mobile community app and why, what are some of the additional functionalities and really efficiencies gained from using a mobile app. So today we'll dive into these, kind of three core areas of why use a mobile community app, some of the benefits of a mobile community app, and then, examples and studies and methodologies of particularly two, I think, sort of methodologies that I'm interested in and I think are key with a mobile app, being geolocation surveys and mobile diaries. And these are two things that really, with a community mobile app, it'll really help you to expand your research and really things that I guess are not really possible outside of an app, or if they are, it's a lot harder to do. So really, if you have an online community now and it's thriving and things are going well, you can do even better with the mobile app, or even if your community is a little bit stagnant and you need to get, add a little extra juice to it. I think, the mobile community app is a great extension of it, and it really will help reach a younger demographic. And even we're seeing that even older demographics, are, especially as, smartphones and apps have a bigger adoption rate. You'll see that even older people are using, on the older side of things, are using the mobile apps as well. So it's definitely across the gamut, and that's why I think it's going to be even more important to really have the mobile community app as part of your research, which we'll get into here. So why use a mobile community app? I think it really hits on a number of different things. In the most recent GRIT report, both mobile surveys, online communities, and mobile qualitative were among the top emerging methods. So really, if you're using an online community and you have the app and you're obviously making use of those, mobile qualitative functionalities, you're hitting really 50% of the top emerging methods. So you are going to be at the cutting edge and really truly maximizing the mobile. So if you can hit all these things, you're going to make sure that you're covered in providing the latest and greatest tools to your clients, and really to help augment your research and get better research as well. It's a great extension of an online community. The mobile app is. It can obviously you get the functionality of surveys, but you also get the additional functionality of really good smartphone ethnographies, geolocation studies. I mentioned those, and mobile diaries, which we'll dive into, and a number of other modules that really make it easy for the members of the community to use. And I think that's really the main goal, is reducing the barrier, the cognitive load on the members. And whatever you can do to get them to participate more in these studies is great. And I think the mobile app is a great extension of that. It's on their phone. It's really easy for members to use the app. They obviously click on the app. It opens up their community, and they're really siloed off inside of their community. So I think that, for those reasons, it's it's a great way to use the mobile app. And again, you'll be on the sort of the cutting edge of the emerging methods that's really used by both the clients and suppliers. So I want to dive into some of the benefits of the app. So what we've seen amongst our clients using the mobile app and different studies that we've ran is really higher engagement and more participation. And I think this is something that, as researchers, everyone likes to see this. And really the reason you're getting higher engagement and more participation is because it's the ease of use factor, and it's really the factor that it's the app is right in front of them. They'll know when you push out a notification and they see it on their phone. If they're standing in line at a grocery store, or if they're kind of sitting on the couch and they see that notification come through, they're more likely to participate and take that survey in that moment because it's at the forefront, right? They're not having to go in their email and check out and see if the survey invite's available. That push notification is coming through, so it just really helps increase the participation rates there. And as a result, you'll see increased response rates in surveys because the easier access, ease of use is really pivotal to increasing the response rates and just giving more access to take the surveys. And increased response rates obviously yield more healthier and vibrant research, and also the community. It increases engagement, which always helps. Engagement in the community, I think, is one of the key aspects, and anything that you can do to increase engagement of your members benefits not only the research but also the client, and you're really making the full use of the dollars that you're spending towards the community. So we touched on this a little bit. The additional functionality, push notifications are key in the process because of that instant alert, that instant notification, and even the badges and the icons on the apps that will notify the members if they're a part of, or if they get pushed to survey, that'll be there. And also you can send out specific alerts too, notifying members of different studies or different things going on, upcoming things that you would want them to make use of and really to know about. And that's really just some of the functionality around surveys and push notifications. So really, I want to talk about a few examples that the community app can bring you, and we'll dive into what these are, set some definitions for them, and then dive into a few case studies for each of these. So these are really the two functionalities that with the mobile app, you can really get more out of your community. And with mobile diaries and geolocation surveys, these are two things that are key. We see these are the highest uses, I think, of the mobile app, aside from being an extension of your community and be able to do the things on the mobile app that the clients or the members can do on online on the online platform. The mobile app really allows clients to do some specific studies like mobile diaries and geolocation surveys, and these are definite benefits of the online community, and really ways that they can really help maximize mobile and reach the higher number of members. So mobile diaries with a community app, I think it makes it possible. It definitely eases the burden. Sure, you can do mobile diary studies without an app, but what's hard there is really the burden on the member to have to go to their email, or different ways that they can upload pictures makes it difficult if they have to do that via a survey or go to a separate portal to do it. This really creates that one unified platform where members can do everything within the app. And really the way that this works are you have those members in your community, and you can pull from a specific group to invite them to do a diary study. So you have them at your fingertips, so they're recruited from your community to participate. It's a great non-invasive way to walk in the shoes of your members. If you're doing a mobile diary study, say it's about a product and you want them to take pictures every time they're using it, it's a really good non-invasive way because the respondent doesn't have to take a lot of time to snap the photo and upload it. It's an easy process, and they don't have to spend a lot of time messing with taking in the old way. You'd have to obviously take bring up the digital camera, take a picture, plug it in, download the photos, and then upload it to a site. So this gets much more of an in the moment feedback, a great non-invasive way to do that. And the topics can range from media, finance, food, or other product testing. I haven't really come across something that doesn't work well in a mobile diary study, assuming that the diary study is set up correctly and things are running well there. And then obviously the respondent can post photos, videos, whatever that that medium is, and also really let you experience their day-to-day activity with the product. I think it really gets at the core of wanting to know more, and really great way to do these ethnography studies and mobile diaries is really getting at what is the respondent doing, or what is the member doing that you really can't capture with traditional methods, and that the mobile diary lends itself to. And really it helps with turning research into fun. I think oftentimes research gets a bad rap, but if you can really do these fun mobile diary studies where respondents are taking picture, and certainly the use of filters I think is a great way to kind of make that even more interactive. But these mobile diaries are great, and they make it fun for the respondent. I think anything we can do to help make it more exciting or more enjoyable to get the feedback that we as researchers or technology folks want from members, or from in research in general, is a great thing. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a case study. So we work with a large consumer packaged goods company that has a community of about 2,000 members they use for product testing. They make use of this mobile diary. Members that fit a specific profile for the actual product, they get obviously sent the mobile diary study. They're asked to use the product at set intervals. There's usually some survey questions that go along with it to help augment the pictures that they're uploading and that information. And then typically it's in this particular study, it's 20 unique members each week. So really making use of the full gamut of their members. The members give feedback via the app by taking pictures of the product in use and video, and using the product in the environment. And that's what our client is keen on, is really how are they using my product in their environment, in their home, in their office, wherever they're at in their typical day-to-day. And really the ease of use and easing the burden for the member or for the respondent or member, the person doing the research, to participate in the research, to participate in the study, and really make it easy on them. So all of this is done via the app. There's one central location, and that's really where the app is key to really making this easy for the members to not have to do a bunch of things. They can go to the app, it's all siloed in there, and they can upload their pictures, take part in the study. And really our client here gets not only good usage data recorded, but also good emotional responses as well. So you get that, hey, how many times am I using this? But then you also get the pictures and more of that emotional response, and really how they're using the product in whatever environment that they are that day. And kind of talked about this, but it helps them really capture the results in real time and collect the most accurate data. So that's really the mobile diary. I want to move a little bit now to, it was more of a qualitative. This is definitely going to be more of a quantitative type here with geolocation. So with geolocation surveys, this is a little bit different, and this is something that really isn't really possible without the mobile app, because you need the members inside of the community to be able to have the app on their phone, and that can read in the different geolocations that you want to trigger. So we'll dive into this, and definitely happy to take questions on this if there's any that happen to come up. So geolocation surveys is using the mobile phone's GPS. Surveys can be triggered when a member crosses a geofence. It can also be just the number of times that they're in that geofence can be reported without the survey push. So there's a couple of different methodologies and things that can be tracked there. These are like a predefined set of locations by latitude and longitude, or KML shapefiles. We can use those as well. And really, these predefined latitude and longitudes, you can really set the perimeter of the study. So if you wanted to say, hey, I want this latitude and longitude, anybody that comes within 200 feet of this in my community, I want them to be push the survey. So in addition to that, dwell time and the number of times crossing that geofence can be recorded. So you get good, not only the location data of where that member is and when they're there, I want to push out the survey. You also get that the additional data of like how long they were there, how many times have they crossed it, and you can see there's a lot of good studies. This is using a variety of studies from ad recall. Did once the member went to the store, did they see this ad, yes or no? And you get that in the moment because they're going to be answering that survey right as they exit or enter that geofence, so you can get the good ad recall. In-store customer satisfaction, what better way to verify that someone was there when actually looking at it on their phone and seeing have the GPS take care of that for you. And then also exit polling, which is the study that I'll talk to you about here. So last election in 2016, the presidential election, we did a study with NORAC at the University of Chicago and AP. They wanted to do kind of an experimental study on the use of geolocation exit polling during those elections. So really kind of an alternative method to the traditional exit polling. The groundbreaking study was really used to test the feasibility and new alternative of using geolocation exit polling for elections. So the way this worked is a community of 1,000 voters in Florida agreed to participate and download the community's app that had the geolocation functionality in it. All 1,000 plus polling locations in Florida were imported into the platform, so the latitude and longitude and then a radius around that. And then after the participants voted, when they exited the geofence, the exit poll survey was automatically pushed. So this took the human factor out of it and really let the technology, the GPS of the phone, do the work for them and push out that survey, so you could verify that again they were at the location, they voted, and then the set of survey questions would be asked after that. And really this, which was great, is this proof of concept study found that using geolocation based exit polling is a successful method and one that will really continue to be explored in the future. Certainly there's some more kind of thought and work that needs to be done here, but it's definitely a viable alternative to the traditional exit polling. And I think you can see that just with this one case study, this is pretty specific with exit polling, but this can be extrapolated into some of those other methods that I mentioned, like the ad recall, the customer satisfaction in store, or really any in-store testing that you can really verify that the member was there. So these are some ways that you can truly maximize your mobile with mobile diary studies, geolocation surveys, and really things that you can do with the mobile app to help augment the traditional research. So thank you very much for your attention and listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions now.